Hi, my name is Trevor. I am doing a Module 2 reflection for my Fundamentals of Speech class at Nelson University online. In this reflection, I'm going to go over what I learned from the main points, the theses, the different theses, and the different speaking styles for a speech and the ways you can lay it out. I'm going to talk about outlines, the outlines you make before the speech, and then I'm going to apply how I can use these new things I learned in a ministerial experience. So starting off, I just want to go on the fact that I have technically learned a lot of this before in my Composition and Rhetoric 2 class last semester, but there are some new things in here that I would like to point out. For instance, the different types of speeches. I knew the outline of a speech, how to write one, how to speak one, but I did not go over the different types of speeches in that class. So this helps a lot. For instance, there's a chronological, which goes over, let's say, a person's life, how they live that life. It's a speech laid out in time that you can track on a calendar. After that, there is a topical speech. It's where main points are developed separately and generally connected within an introduction and conclusion. It's a calling back and forth to it. I'd like to think of it more as like a foreshadow. There's a spatial speech, something that you can point to in a geographic location. So for instance, it would be a speech on Nelson University. Oh, here's body paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4, one about each different building that you can see. After that, there would be the comparative speeches. It's where you compare one and another thing to each other. So Apple, Android. Here's the things Apple can do, here's the things Android can do. It's not a persuasive essay or a versus, it's just a comparing of the two. After that, there's a problem solution speech. It would mainly be there's high crime and poverty in one area. Here's what I can do to solve it. A lot of US politicians use this to kind of gain an edge in their campaigns. Then there's casual speech. It's another cause and effect, but it's something that's already happened. So for instance, you could say there's a cause of abortions happening and the effect is less childbirth in America, more depression among women, that kind of stuff. You can also go the other way and say increases of abortion are happening and there's people who are living more freely. Depends on what aisle you stand on. As we go down, we start talking about transitional statements. These are things that I did go over in my other class, but it is nice to get a better understanding of what they are. For instance, there's internal previews. Those will occur during my speech. It just tells the audience what to expect. Then there's summaries, recapping what I've already said. The outlines, it's a textual arrangement of everything that's together. Now, this isn't a part of transitional statements. This is something that you do before you make the speech and while you're making the speech. The outline's a preparation outline and then a speaking outline. Preparation is kind of like a list, dot list. Speaking is something you would practice speaking like I am right now. Going down, looking at the outline that we have, it's something that I had in other classes, but not to this detail. For instance, this has a lot of subpoints and supporting points, which I like a lot. It helps it make it easier for me to focus on what I'm trying to do. Other than that, looking at all of what I have gained in this, it's something that I can apply specifically to sermons during chapel and sermons during youth nights and all that kind of stuff. Trying to encourage others and working in this class, I think it's really going to make it better for me when it comes to filler words, which I've had difficulty with even in this discussion. And so I hope a lot of this translates properly to whoever's watching, my teacher, most likely. Other than that, I think I'm done here. Bye.